Welcome to Smiley Toon TV, the place where creativity meets joy. We explore fascinating ideas, ignite your imagination, and spark positive thinking, all with a smile. Ready to embark on a fun journey of discovery? Let's get started and fill your mind with happiness and inspiration. Osunsi. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a towering mountain, there lived a spirited girl named Maya. Every morning, she would gaze up at the mountain's snowy peak, watching as clouds danced around its summit. The villagers often spoke of the mountain with awe, calling it the sky's ladder. Few dared to climb it, and even fewer reached its top. But Maya's heart was filled with curiosity and courage. She dreamed of standing at the summit, feeling the wind in her hair and the world stretched out beneath her feet. One bright spring day, Maya decided it was time to chase her dream. She packed a small bag with water, some snacks, and her favorite red scarf, a gift from her grandmother. As she set off, her friends cheered and waved, their voices echoing in the crisp morning air. "You can do it, Maya!" they called. Maya smiled, her heart fluttering with excitement and a touch of nervousness. The climb began easily enough. The lower slopes were covered in wildflowers and soft grass, and Maya skipped along, humming a cheerful tune. But as she climbed higher, the path grew steeper and the air thinner. Loose rocks shifted beneath her feet, and thorny bushes blocked her way. Maya stumbled more than once, scraping her knees and hands. Each time she fell, frustration bubbled inside her. "Maybe I'm not strong enough," she thought. But then she remembered her grandmother's words. "Every step, even the hard ones, teaches us something new." Determined to keep going, Maya brushed off the dirt and pressed on. Soon, she reached a narrow ledge where the wind howled, and the sky seemed so close she could almost touch it. She took a deep breath and inched along the ledge, her heart pounding. Suddenly, her foot slipped, and she tumbled down a short, rocky slope. Her bag flew open, and her snacks scattered. Tears prickled in her eyes. She felt tired, sore, and disappointed. For a moment, Maya sat there, hugging her knees. She thought about turning back. The mountain seemed impossible to climb, and she felt small and alone. But as she wiped her tears, she noticed a tiny green sprout pushing up between the rocks. Despite the harsh wind and rough stones, the little plant had found a way to grow. Maya smiled. If a sprout could keep reaching for the sun, maybe she could keep climbing too. She picked herself up and gathered her things, determined not to give up. This time, she moved more carefully, choosing her steps with care and learning from each slip and stumble. When she reached a tricky spot, she remembered how she had slipped before and found a better path. With every challenge, she grew a little stronger and a little wiser. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, Maya finally reached the last stretch of the climb. The air was cold and thin, and her legs ached, but she could see the summit just ahead. With one final burst of energy, she scrambled up the last few rocks and stood at the very top of the mountain. Maya gazed out at the world below, the village, the forests, and the winding river shining in the sunset. She felt proud. Not just because she had reached the summit, but because of everything she had learned along the way. She had fallen and gotten back up. She had faced her fears and found new ways to keep going. She realized that every mistake had taught her something important, and every challenge had made her stronger. As she wrapped her red scarf tighter around her neck, Maya thought about the lessons she would share with her friends back in the village. You don't fail, you learn. She understood now that falling down wasn't the end of her journey. Each time she stumbled, she gained new skills and new confidence. And that, she realized, was the true meaning of a growth mindset. When Maya returned to the village, everyone gathered around to hear her story. She told them about the slips and scrapes, the moments when she wanted to give up, and how she found the courage to keep going. Her friends listened with wide eyes, inspired by her determination. From that day on, whenever someone in the village faced a challenge, whether it was learning to ride a bike, solving a tricky puzzle, or making a new friend, They remembered Maya's climb. They knew that mistakes were not something to fear, but opportunities to grow. And whenever someone felt discouraged, Maya would smile and say, "Remember, you don't fail, you learn." Maya's story spread far and wide, and soon children from other villages came to see the mountain and try the climb themselves. Some made it to the top on their first try, while others needed many attempts. But each climber discovered their own strengths and learned important lessons about patience, perseverance, and believing in themselves. The mountain, once seen as a place of fear and difficulty, became a place of adventure and learning. The villagers even painted a sign at the base that read, "Welcome to the sky's ladder, where every step is a chance to learn and grow." And so, the spirit of the growth mindset blossomed, not just in Maya, but in everyone who dared to dream, try, and try again. For in every stumble, there is a lesson. In every challenge, a chance to become braver and wiser. And in every heart, the power to keep climbing, no matter how high the mountain. So, the next time you face something that seems too hard, remember Maya and her climb. Take a deep breath, learn from each step, and keep moving forward. Because you don't fail, you learn. And with every lesson, you grow a little stronger, a little wiser, and a lot more unstoppable. Thanks for tuning in to Smiley Toon TV. If you enjoyed today's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep the smiles coming. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this adventure going together. Stay positive, keep smiling, and let your mind wander.